We're finally nearing the end of the defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. With it, we've seen tons of interesting moments that had people scratching their heads in confusion. Tons of them include times when Amber Heard has begun to cry, and plenty of viewers are accusing her of fake crying to appeal to the judges and the jury. So here are the top 10 bizarre times Amber Heard fake cried in court, and obviously this is all speculation and in no particular order, okay? Cool. Number 10. Amber pleading with Johnny not to call her a liar. While on the stand to give her account of what went down in the obviously extremely toxic relationship, Amber Heard began breaking down when asked about an audio recording of an argument between her and Johnny, which was then played to court. In response, Heard stated, "I don't want to call myself a victim. I don't like to think of myself as a victim, and I don't want him to think I'm attacking him or blaming him. I'm pointing out that I didn't cooperate with the police, that I didn't want to get him in trouble, that I didn't want him to think I'm attacking him or blaming him." At this point, by the way, she is full on sobbing in court while speaking, but nevertheless, she continues, "I don't want anything from him, just don't call me a liar. It's all I said, just don't call me a liar. Just don't say this isn't real because I'm the walking proof of it." Number 9. Deciding to divorce Johnny. On Monday, Amber started to break down on the stand as she was detailing her decision to divorce Johnny Depp after a very short time as a married couple. Amber says that it was a fight they had in May 2016 that finally made her realize that her marriage was over. She said that they had spent the previous month apart after having another argument when Depp was late to her 30th birthday. Johnny, when he was on the stand, testified about leaving the apartment they shared in downtown LA after Amber's birthday party and alleged that his security guard later found feces in their bed, which Johnny suspects Amber or her friends of planting. When they finally decided to see each other in person after the poop incident, Johnny's mother had just passed and Heard thought he would want comfort. Instead, she said he confronted her about the poop, which she said she believed was dog poop. Amber then stated that Johnny threw a phone in her face during the fight and bruised her face. She said when that happened, she realized, "I have to leave him. I had worked so hard to try and make this relationship work. I went to therapy, I went to Al-Anon, I got help, I read books, I did everything I could possibly do and it didn't work. I was conflicted." She then began to appear emotional and started crying as she recounted, "So I made the decision to file for divorce. It was hard because I loved Johnny so much. I was so scared it was gonna end really badly for me. I believe he would have taken it too far and I wouldn't be there." Number 8. Amber sobbing as she recalled Johnny penetrating her. Amber Heard sobbed uncontrollably on the stand last Thursday as she recounted in graphic detail how Johnny Depp penetrated her with an alcohol bottle during a fight in Australia in 2015. She claimed that as soon as they had arrived in Australia, she felt that something was off with her new husband because he seemed to have lost tons of weight and immediately propositioned her to do substances with him, even though he was supposed to be sober at the time. Amber recounted that the climax of the fight was when Johnny started drinking from a bottle and taunted her with it, daring her to take it from him. She said she was able to grab the bottle and she smashed it on the floor between them. Depp chased Heard throughout the house, she said, throwing wine glasses and pummeling bottles into the wall behind her, she said. He held her by the throat, punched her in the face, and falsely accused her of infidelity with other actors she had worked with, Heard testified. She then said that he had penetrated her with a bottle, and as she recounted this, Amber began to sob on the stand. Heard said she isn't sure how she got off the countertop, but the next thing she remembers is getting to the bathroom and retching. Number 7. Recounting the aftermath of Australia fight. After speaking about the previous story, Amber was able to momentarily collect herself on the stand before continuing on. She said that they eventually went to sleep, but when she woke up, it was to a horror show. Amber said that she found bizarre messages written on the walls, a bathroom mirror, and a lampshade on the floor that appeared to be incoherent, all with Johnny's own blood. She also found that Johnny Depp had his finger partially severed. As he was taken to the hospital to reattach it, Amber flew back to LA. Now, back on the stand, she began crying again as she recounted her worry for Johnny at the time. "I felt destroyed, like my heart was broken. I didn't know what to do. I felt if I left him in Australia, he might die, because that was certainly the trajectory he was on." Number 6. Crying in reaction to an audio recording. Amber appeared in heavy distress while on the stand on Tuesday as she was played an audio recording of her in a phone call with her ex-husband. In the audio itself, Amber is also crying and saying, "You're killing me," after Depp said he wanted to leave. The audio played for the jury was recorded in the car outside of Depp's studio studio in which the couple can be heard arguing. The audio recording began with Depp saying, "I'm really sick of this argument," and Heard apologizes after. Heard began crying in the audio saying, "Can we please have a normal argument, just even a normal conversation, like a normal argument, and for the last hour I've been begging you to please just leave it at that. Let's go on with our night. I would have been able to come with you, we would have been able to let it go in a few minutes." Tearfully, she continued saying, "It would have been fine if we let ourselves just have normal arguments. Please, you're killing me, you're killing me, you're killing me." Number 5. Tokyo Mordecai Harm premiere. Still on the stand, Amber recounts the time that she accompanied Johnny to the premiere of his film Mordecai. She states that she had just begun to pick out her wedding dress when she decided to come along. She began to break down crying on the stand as she recalls another incident of harm after Johnny had consumed illegal substances and begun hitting her. She recalls having to pretend like everything was alright while at the premiere, but while sobbing she said that she felt it was all a lie. Number 4. Witnessing an alleged affair. Only a few days ago, Joshua Drew, an ex-husband of Amber's friend, said that he heard that Amber had had an affair with Elon Musk and Cara Delevingne. The testimony, although not used in the recent defamation trial, was used in the libel trial in 2020, and he alleged that a friend witnessed Amber have an affair with the two high-profile individuals while still in a relationship with Johnny Depp. In 2020, she became extremely emotional despite not being on the stand or being questioned. Although, to be fair, Elon Musk has denied these claims, stating, "Cara and I are friends, but we've never been intimate." She would confirm this. He also continued to push that his relationship with Amber only began after she was separated from Johnny. Number 3. When asked about the impact of the lawsuits. While on the stand, Amber was asked by her lawyer about the emotional impact that Johnny Depp's 3 counterclaims statements have had on her. She begins to speak normally before it devolves into tears, and Amber is pushing herself to speak despite continually crying. She stated that she narrowly survived the ordeal and that it's trauma that she has to live with every day and likely for the rest of her life. She also states, "I have a baby, I want to move on," when speaking about how she wishes she didn't have to keep recounting her relationship with Johnny. Number 2. Amber's makeup artist takes the stand. While not outright sobbing, Amber can be seen looking emotional and visibly upset as her makeup artist testified that she had helped the actress cover up a bruised face and split lip after an alleged fight with Johnny in 2015. We've covered the discoloration, the bruises, with a slightly heavier concealer, one that has a little more undertone, which I normally don't use on Amber, but peach cancels blue, so I did that under the eyes. Amber can be seen wiping her eyes with a tissue, although she did not outright cry this time. Number 1. Lawyers calling her testimony a performance. After Amber gave another day of testimony in the court wherein she recounted her entire relationship with Johnny Depp and detailed the alleged harm that took place, Johnny's lawyers labeled it as the performance of her life, while Johnny can be seen laughing and giggling throughout her testimony. Amber has sobbed and cried multiple times, making it seem like Johnny isn't taking the case he brought against her seriously, and that Amber is faking it by acting too melodramatic. A spokesperson for Johnny stated, "While Miss Heard's stories have continued to grow new and convenient details, Mr. Depp's recollections have remained exactly the same throughout the 6 painful years since her first allegations were made. The truth is the same no matter the environment in which it has been presented." Thank you so much for watching this episode of Beyond the Screen. I've been your host, Adam Andrews, and it's been a pleasure.